All right, Keith, my Lakers not doing so well recently, certainly struggling right now. And the person who's particularly struggling, it's LeBron James. He is on an 0 for 19 slide from behind the arc over the last 4 games. Can't seem to hit a shot, and the turnovers starting to become a problem. Maybe LeBron finally starting to look his age a bit here.
In this video, we're going to break down the harsh reality the Lakers face, why LeBron is struggling, and what steps the team must take for a shot at the title. This is a pivotal moment for the Lakers and for LeBron. It's not just about one player's decline, it's about the future of this storied franchise. Stick around until the end to find out the crucial adjustments the Lakers need to make if they have any chance of a championship run.
JJ Redick last night, Lakers coach, after the game hinted that perhaps LeBron's goal of playing all 82 games is simply not what's best for the team or for LeBron or really anybody involved. Keith, where are you at on LeBron James? Is it time to come off of this? You're going to play every night and maybe start to load manage a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. I think that is a classic case of lose the battle to win the war kind of deal for the Lakers, because it's admirable. Fully get it. I think he's maybe trying to send a message. Hey, if I can do this deep into my career, like other guys, like get out there and play. There's actually, I don't know if you've noticed, there's been a handful of players have made comments in the media over the last couple of weeks about, well, I didn't want to miss the game. My goal is to play. Some of us want to play both ends of back-to-back. Yeah. Some of us want to be on the floor and, take it clearly. I think thinly veiled shots at some of their co-workers, I guess, if you will, that don't necessarily want to play. So I fully respect LeBron for doing it. I think JJ left the door open with his, hey, look, if he feels good and he, is available to play, like he should play. But I think there's a little bit of, we might need to save himself, because my take has been watching the last couple games, and I was able to watch yesterday's game in full. He looks tired. Like that's the single biggest thing. There's he has like no lift on his jumper right now. I mean, they are like complete set shots. And then his drives to the basket, there's very little explosion. And I mean, I'm the last person you need to hear this from, but
LeBron James has long been the face of the Lakers. He's been the king, the leader, the savior, but the last few games, he's been playing as though he's finally showing the signs of age. His three-point shooting, well, it's not just a slump. He's gone over 19 shots without hitting one. His once explosive drives are now sluggish, and defensively, he's not engaged like we're used to seeing. Something's off. But is it just the physical toll of playing 82 games every season, or is something deeper at play? Maybe it's time for LeBron to rest.
Defensively, he's just kind of like he's just not really engaged, doesn't really get back right now. And I think maybe a game or so off, game or two, you maybe get one of those where you have a couple extra days off, spot him, we kind of get him almost a 3-day rest that way. And, maybe that'll do him a lot of good to get him back feeling good again.
Yeah. I mean, it's certainly the frequency of games. They've played 4 games in 6 days, something like that, maybe less, maybe 5 days. Yeah. I mean, they've been playing a lot lately. It's been sort of a packed schedule. I think that's certainly part of it. But I do wonder with LeBron, is it as simple as just allowing him to take some days off? And I know right now the Lakers, the unfortunate part, and this is really the if you want to put any blame on the front office, it's they don't have a roster that can withstand him being gone, because they don't have anybody else. It's him and Rui that can play the power forward position, Rui Hachimura right now, and that's really it.
The idea of resting LeBron, once thought to be a last resort, might now be the smart move. Could load management be the answer? If LeBron continues to push through, the Lakers may burn him out. And with the current roster, the Lakers can't afford to lose him for good.
You've got 2 guys that could play the power forward position. Otherwise, it's somebody masquerading as a 4, like Cam Reddish or someone like that with Jared Vanderbilt, who we got news on today. He's now looking at maybe an early January return because he's got fluid in his knee now. Foot issues, now issues with his knee. If I'm the Lakers, I'm not counting on Jared Vanderbilt coming back anytime soon. I don't think you can count on him moving forward. But on LeBron, Keith, I do wonder, is it maybe a combination of a couple things? Because I think the net result is if you get a better LeBron for the minutes that he's out there, that's going to be a positive for the Lakers. Right now, the LeBron that we're seeing is not going to help you win a whole lot of games. You need the LeBron they saw at the beginning of the year, that was shooting at a much higher rate, that was not turning the ball over, that was doing all of those things. So I do wonder if it's a combination of, number one, taking the odd night off every now and then just to rest and recover. And he's going to be 40 this month. I don't think there's any shame in doing that given his age. But number two, do you also consider shortening his minutes? I mean, you look at Tim Duncan, look at Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, look at what happened to the minutes that they were playing per game as they got later in their career. Is it just too much to ask LeBron to play 35 minutes? And again, the Lakers, to their discredit, have not given the roster, given JJ Redick or the team the roster that would allow them to necessarily cut into his minutes. But maybe we're at a point where it doesn't matter and you have to do both of those things. I don't know. How do you weigh it, Keith? Limiting minutes in game versus taking whole games off? And do you think it's a situation where you actually have to do both?
The Lakers are struggling not only because of LeBron's fatigue, but because their roster lacks the depth it needs. With injuries to players like Jared Vanderbilt, LeBron's efforts are being stretched thin. It's not just about giving LeBron a rest, it's about what happens when he's off the court. Without another consistent playmaker to step up in his absence, the Lakers are in serious trouble. Is the solution to trade for another superstar? Maybe. But before we get to that, there's one glaring issue. The Lakers need to take some of the load off LeBron if they hope to avoid an early exit from the playoffs.
But then, a whole day off. And you have to make sure it's truly, you need to take a whole day off. Do your recovery stuff, do your treatment, but no going out there warming up like you're going to play and all that stuff. Because that's what people miss, I think, with this is that's why you need to really say you are out tonight. Like there is no question about it. No, let's warm up. See how you're out. Like you're out.
Yeah.
The old hide his sneakers, take away his jersey. Don't let him get anywhere. Cut off his key card so he can't get in the facility. Whatever you got to do, and make sure he just gets the day off. And he's puts his feet up and does his thing for a night. And it's tough because I think it's 5 of the last 7 they've lost. They've slipped in the standings. I know it's tight, in the West, and it's going to be really hard. And you never really want to be in a position to punt games. But this could be one where you could give them a day off. And again, if you could spot it, and there should be opportunities. They're not advancing in the NBA Cup. So I think there are going to be opportunities to do almost like an extended rest where you give him one game off, but it really ends up turning into 3 or 4 days. Then that might launch him back to a place where he feels really good for the next series of games.
The question isn't just about giving LeBron nights off, it's about reducing his minutes on the court. Should the Lakers aim to keep LeBron at around 30 minutes per game? Is that the sweet spot where he can still be effective but not exhausted by the end of the season? But with no solid backup plan, who steps up in his place? The Lakers can't afford to coast through the regular season.
So then you may need to look at the calendar and look for the next spot to be able to do that. It might be something you need to do once every month moving forward. Just, hey, we're going to, it is what it is. We're going to punt this game and call it what it is and go. Because your goal here is not to, yes, you want to be top 6, but it's, you want to make an actual run. It is not just, get into the playoffs. That shouldn't be the goal there. It should be to do something more. And then, of course, the obvious answer is you got to really start thinking about what do we want to do as a team? Are we content with where we are? Or do we need to push some of the chips forward and really go out there and try to make a big move for a guy that can allow us to spot? Because it's not just LeBron. At some point, you're going to want to take some of the load off AD too.
Yeah, sure.
And really start to, all right, we got to get that third guy.
The Lakers are at a crossroads. Do they push for a middle seed in the playoffs and pray LeBron stays healthy? Or do they make a big move and go all in on a championship run? The urgency has never been higher. And for LeBron, who's nearing 40, the window for one last shot at a title is shrinking.
We need one more guy here. Or do you say, you know what, tonight, the defense isn't all that great anyway. We'll just go full on offense and we'll race up and down the floor. We'll shoot 1 million 3-pointers. I know they don't really do that, but we'll try our best, right? To, with Russell Reeves and connect and hey, go nuts. I want, if I'm JJ Redick and staff, I want you all taking a minimum of 15 threes tonight, all 3 of you, and launch and see what happens in one of those games. They did it in Boston last year, a game they had no business winning. They came out and took it to the Celtics because that's how they played in a game that they were really, quite frankly, trying to punt for longevity purposes. So I think that's the approach you need to think about.
Keith, everybody is so eager to put players into one bucket or another. I don't like it, but I'll ask you this. Is LeBron, as what I've seen going around on social media, washed at this point?
Oh man, no. He's not LeBron carries the team all by himself to the playoffs anymore. And anybody who thinks he still should be, I mean, that's absurd at this point. The fact that he is out there, he's still an all-star. Like, there's no question. This is not going to be an all-star berth based on, well, he's LeBron James, so we have to give him one. Like, that's not a thing. Like, he's still playing great. He's still one of the best playmakers in the league. Can still, score when he needs to. I think the biggest slips have come defensively.
Is LeBron washed up? Absolutely not. But expecting him to single-handedly carry the team, especially in the grueling NBA postseason, is a fantasy. The Lakers need to get serious. They need another star, someone to take the load off LeBron's shoulders. Whether it's another trade or a change in strategy, something has to shift for this team to stay competitive.
Like, I think, I still say, for one possession, like, give me LeBron, because he's so smart. He's probably going to blow up whatever you're trying to do, and he can guard guys. But that's asking him to do that 82 games worth for 100 possessions a night. That's not going to be a thing. And quite frankly, I don't think the Lakers even really care that much that it's not a thing. Like, nobody should be expecting that at this point of his career. But offensively, yeah, he's still a guy. He's just what is he? He's not a system player, right? Like, he's a system player now. So but I mean, and he's more than that.
The Lakers have tough decisions ahead. The franchise is at a crossroads. Do they go all in on LeBron or build for the future? With a lack of depth, an aging superstar, and championship aspirations, the Lakers can't afford to sit idle. Will they evolve or let another season slip through their fingers? If you think the Lakers can still turn this around, hit that like button and comment below with your thoughts. Do you believe LeBron can still carry the Lakers to another championship, or is it time for the team to make some major moves? Don't forget to subscribe for more NBA content and analysis like this. We'll see you next time.